a business coach to tax professionals, an author, and a speaker. I got started in the tax industry about 9 years ago, right? I never thought I was going to do taxes. I was about to graduate college. I was working at a teller in a bank. And I was wondering, like, I wanted to work for myself, but I didn't know how that was going to happen. So I was just in a stage where I was asking God, please send me some type of way where I can do what I want to do and fulfill my dreams and make this possible for myself. So my boyfriend at the time, he was doing taxes. He had went to school and got a degree in accounting. That was never my thing, right? But I was working as a teller, and one day it was like Tuesday at about 12 p.m. And we used to call this the entrepreneur hour, right? Because everybody else was working. It was really slow except entrepreneurs. And this lady came to my station, and I remember her bank account was just so big, right? And she was so friendly and down to earth. And I had to know, like, what do you do for a living? Because I was always curious, like, what are people doing for a living? And she told me that she was a tax professional. She had a tax business. She only worked January through April, and that she thought that I could do that too. Like, I was friendly and personable, and she thought that I could do that too. I didn't have anything to lose, right? I was about to graduate. I had these student loans. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't have anything to lose. So I introduced my boyfriend to her and her company. He started working with them. A year later, he was like, you really should do this because we could both be doing this to make extra income. So that's how I got involved in the tax industry. I have never looked back. The first year I started doing taxes, I had made almost as much as I had made the whole year before working as a personal banker or a teller. So that's when I realized, like, man, I could really do this and work for myself and make a living for myself. And since that time, taxes has taken me everywhere I wanted to go. I've been able to travel with my family, start my own business, hire people that I love in the business, and just see everybody grow. And then it got to helping other tax professionals grow their business as well. So that is my story. And tonight, as I said, we're going to talk about value-added services for your tax business. So as I was going through the industry, I realized that for a lot of tax professionals, you make most of your money January through April, right? That's when a lot of tax preparation comes through. And after that time, you really are slow when you're doing other things for money. But what I want to demonstrate tonight is you can still have your tax business as a source of income and have additional streams of income branching from tax services, okay? The first thing you have to do is understand, what is your client's paying? There is a reason why people go to tax professionals instead of doing their taxes themselves. There's a lot of different pain points. Once we identify the pain, we'll know what additional services that we can offer, okay? One of the top pain points of a person who uses a tax professional is that they are scared they're not doing their taxes correctly, okay? They are scared. How many times have you been asked by a friend? They might have even went on TurboTax, right? They went on TurboTax, but they know you're a tax professional. They'll say, hey, girl or guy, hey, I have did my taxes on TurboTax, but I don't know if I did it right. I don't know if I got all the money I could have gotten, or if I did left something off. Can you review it? Can you look over it and help me? And I don't know, some of you guys are rolling your eyes like, now I know that they just not, you know what I'm saying? You might be rolling your eyes, or you might want to help them, regardless of the fact they are scared that they didn't do their taxes correctly, right? So this is a strong pain point for clients. So in addition to doing tax preparation services, guess what you can offer? You can offer to help with IRS notices and audit assistance, okay? The IRS audits a lot of different people for different reasons. Sometimes they audit them for their dependents, for income. It could just be a random audit, different reasons. And when clients get these packets from the IRS, they are terrified. A lot of times they don't even open the letter, right? They're just saying, whatever I owe, I guess I'm going to have to owe because I don't know what to do. So how can we use this client pain point to add an additional stream of income for our tax business? I'm so glad you asked, okay? You can offer to help with IRS notice or audit assistance. So there's a few different ways you can do this. You can create a package inside your tax business that includes this service. So picture this: when a client asks, hey, how much do you charge for tax services? You can say, well, I have a package that includes audit protection assistance. And they say, well, what does that mean? Let's say you get audited for any reason by the IRS. Whenever you get a notice or a letter from them, you share that with me, and I'm going to help you provide the documentation to prove that you were correct or to help you through the process. And that's going to be included in this package. If you don't want it, that's fine. It'll be an additional service that you can get later, right? People need and want that audit protection assistant because this is a huge client pain point. You can also offer the services to people who are not even your clients. I don't know about you, but a lot of times when I tell people I'm a tax professional, I just randomly become their counselor about all things taxes, right? And then they tell me, you know, I have problems with the IRS because I owe this amount, or, you know, I'm going through this audit and I don't know what to do, and they are not your clients. You can still help them, right? We're still a tax professional. We can read through a typical IRS notice and identify what the IRS wants. We can offer this service to other people, okay? So keep that in mind when you're marketing yourself and your services. Let people know I help with IRS notice and audit assistance, right? So what you'll need to do is, now that you know you're going to offer this service, you'll determine how you want to charge and if you're going to offer any payment plans. Now, I would say the minimum I would go to review a IRS notice, if this is not my client and they're not in a package, is $225. Okay, that's my rate. You can make your rate whatever you want. But to review that letter, and I can identify what the IRS wants, that's going to be $225. Now we're going to go to compiling the documentation needed to prove whatever they need to prove, if it gets to that point. And sometimes when the IRS says this, if they don't have any proof, you just have to let it go. So you can say, I can review it for this amount, and I'm going to tell you exactly what they want. If you want to go a step further and help them with it, that's an additional fee that you can offer. And, you know, you can make it depending on whatever let's say that they're going to owe $18,000 to the IRS. What do you think that that's worth for you to help them? Keep that in mind. Keep in mind that sometimes these clients may not have the money up front to pay you, but you can do a payment plan. So maybe you want to offer 50% down, 30% down, and the rest upon, you know, them completing this service. Okay. However you want to do it, this is an additional stream of income that you can offer. You already know what the IRS needs. This is something that you can offer in your business. Also, I will say, make sure you create an SOP. That's a standard operating procedure that you can use for any client, right? So we have a SOP in our business for specifically IRS notice. This is going to tell any tax preparer exactly what they need to do to handle an IRS audit letter, where to look, how to contact the IRS, how to create a power of attorney if you need to call the IRS, what's the fax number to send this documentation into. You want to create that SOP so that when you begin hiring people in your business, maybe you can start, you know, paying somebody $10 an hour to do this, and you're making $1,000 off this IRS, you know, audit. Okay. So keep all this in mind as you're growing your business. Next thing you can do is file a 1099 or W-2 for business owners. There are so many business owners that are not in compliance with filing 1099s. Okay. I'm going to give you an example. Just the other day, I had a pastor from a church who came to me to get her taxes done, right? So there's a lot of business owners always who need their taxes done because they did not file. So the church she was with, they didn't give her a 1099. They gave her something on letterhead saying that she made $70,000 for the year. So I'm saying, well, this is nice. I'm glad you have this on letterhead, but where's the 1099 that the church issued you? And so this is a smaller church. And she says, oh, well, I don't think that they know they're supposed to issue 1099s. So what do you think I did? Well, I said, well, you know, I can help you file the 1099. And then I set up a meeting with the church board. And I said, you know, this is a service that you have to offer. If you're giving somebody over $600 to perform a service for you, you're not in compliance if you're not filling out that 1099 for all of these people, okay? So I gave them the W-9s to give to anybody that's performing regular services for the church. And then at the end of the year, I'll be charging for every 1099 I fill out. And guess what? They're already referring me to another church, okay? When you think about 1099s, I charge anywhere from $35 to $50 for every 1099 I send out. Okay, but you can be flexible. If they have a lot of independent contractors or a lot of people they need to issue these documents to, maybe you can, cut them a deal if they're doing a lot of different people. But keep in mind, a lot of businesses need these services and they don't know that they're supposed to do this. The church had no idea for all these years they were supposed to be issuing a 1099, okay? So maybe you can make it a regular practice in your business to reach out to business owners, self-employed people, when you're doing your marketing on social media, which you should be doing all year. I have to tell people all the time, I don't understand why tax professionals are not marketing all year. People always need to file taxes. I have 3 taxes that I have to do right now. There's always an opportunity to get business. So you should always be marketing yourself as a tax professional, okay? So the second stream of income could be filing 1099s or W-2s for business owners. Now, let's talk about entity structuring for new business owners. Every day, somebody wants to start a business, right? And they do not know how to go about the process of starting this business. They don't know if they should be forming an LLC, a sole proprietorship, a S Corp. They do not know. They don't know exactly what they need to be doing in order to make their business legal and in compliance. So what you can do is you can start offering to do entity structuring for new business owners for a fee. Now let's talk about the process, because some people don't know, like, well, what exactly does that entail? I broke it down for you guys. The first thing I would do is first market, okay? When you're doing your social media, when you're doing your flyers, let prospects know that you can help them with starting a business, entity structuring. You want to schedule a consultation. I would make this a paid consultation, okay? Whatever your package price is going to be, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, I would do either $100 just for the consultation, and then once they do the consultation, the $100 will go off of the fee, okay? Do not do free consultations for people. I don't do that anymore because people will take advantage of your kindness, okay? Get paid for your information and your knowledge. So the first thing you want to do is schedule a consultation. Then you want to go over their goals and assist them with the selection. So you'll ask them, well, what type of business do you have? What do you want to do with it? How much do you think you'll gross the first year? Will you have any employees, any independent contractors? Kind of get an understanding of the type of business they want to create. And then you can advise them, well, based on what you said, I think an LLC would be the best for you, or whatever it is. Okay, you are the expert. Next, you want to register their business on the Secretary of State website. I recommend this step before the EIN because for the Secretary of State, let's say somebody already has their business name registered on the Secretary of State, they will not be able to register that name. So if you went about getting the EIN first before you register it, and there's an issue with the name, you're going to have to go and get a whole new EIN number, okay? So after you determine what type they want, go ahead and get them registered on the Secretary of State website for their state. Then you want to collect the EIN from the IRS based on their type. The next thing you want to do is create your articles of incorporation, the operating agreement, etc. If you don't know what all needs to be gathered for a typical business, there's a lot of templates available online, okay? You get those templates and you have them ready so that you can provide those to your clients, okay? And then you want to create an electronic deliverable. All that is you want to create an email that basically, you want it to be as professional as possible because you are charging for the service. So you want to say, hey, so-and-so, thank you so much for choosing us for your service. Here is your EIN number. Here's your receipt for the Secretary of State. Here's your articles of incorporation, your operating agreement. Have all those documents in one place and provide that to the client. Now, what can you charge for this service? I would say you can charge anywhere from $699 to $1,500, just depending on who your client is. This is a great way to make additional income. If you are brave enough, I challenge you to do webinars or presentations like this. Give some information out to your ideal client. So you can say, well, I'm going to give you guys some free information about how to, maybe 20 ideas for businesses that you can start today, right? You give them those business ideas. And once you give that to them, let them know, I also offer a service where I can help you register your business and get in compliance with the IRS. And bam, you're providing information for your community, and you're getting a potential new client, right? And this is also somebody that will come to you for taxes, right? Because you are the expert. So my third stream of income is going to be entity structuring for new business owners. Okay. All right. Next, this is, to me, is one of the most profitable ways to make additional income: tax planning. Okay. This one is so overlooked by tax professionals, and I don't even know why. A lot of people need the service. It doesn't matter who they are. A lot of people need the service. Okay. So if you've ever had a client and you look at 1 year, they owed maybe $5,000. And in the next year, you see that they owe $18,000. And you can see why. You can identify, okay, this is why you owe this much money. You need to change your allowances on your W-2. Maybe you can start contributing to a 401k plan. Maybe it looks like, your mother lives with you and you can file her as a dependent. There might be additional ways that they can save more money. Okay. If you have a niche, like I work with a lot of real estate investors, maybe you can find a way that they can save money based on their niche. Okay. So you can offer tax planning services. What you want to do for that? First thing you want to do is create an intake form. This form is, so once you've identified the client would like tax planning services, you have them fill out this intake form with their name, their address, what changes they expect to have, any demographic information that you need from them. Next, you're going to have them provide any information on changes that they expect to happen for the new year. You're going to review their prior year tax return and identify, just highlight any changes that you see that can be made to help them either get a bigger refund next year or owe less tax. When you're doing your meeting, brief introduction. Hey, how you don't just jump right into it. Okay. This is a people business. The most important thing when you're a tax professional is your client needs to feel like the one, always, like the one. Like you are that one client that I'm so happy to see. Because if you make them feel like the one, they will make you feel like the one. They won't go anywhere else. They're going to tell everybody about their tax professional because you're the one for them and they're the one for you. Okay. So big key, always make your client feel like the one, the most specialist person in the world. Thank you so much, Mr. So-and-so. I'm so happy to have you as a customer. You are terrific. How's the baby? How's the wife? How's your job going? So awesome to see you again. Okay. Brief introduction, kiki, ha ha ha, good times, right? And then you want to let them tell their story. People love to talk about themselves. Let them talk. Okay, so what's going on? Tell me about your tax situation. Oh man, I got to pay so much this and that, and I don't know what this and that. Let them listen for key things that's going on. Oh, we just sold this house. Oh, we have this rental property. We've been renting on Airbnb. Okay, you didn't tell me about that. So let's talk about this rental property. Whatever it is, or I just had a baby, or I've been watching my niece last year and she stayed with me this time, or my child went to college. Listen for key changes, write it down. And at the end of it, you're going to provide recommendations and then give them an email recap. I like that email recap because you want to have everything in writing that you discuss with them so you can put it in their file for later. Okay. So this is tax planning. This is an awesome service that you can provide to your client. Minimum $175 tax planning. If you got a business owner, they got multiple business, a lot going on, make it go up. Okay. You can charge up to $3,000 for this service. Okay. You're the expert. Who's going to tell you can't? All you have to have is that one client who says, okay, I'm going to pay it because I believe in you, and yourself being an expert. tax planning service. Great way to make additional income. All right, so those are my recommendations for you. When you do these things, when you add on these additional streams of income, I recommend that you do the power of threes. Okay, threes, people love threes. Okay, build a package for your client. So you can have something like a basic, standard, and premium. Are you ever seen, like, what do they have, like gold, silver, and bronze, or something like that? Different packages you have. So you can have in your tax services, okay, my basic tax service, what you're going to get is you're going to get accurate tax preparation for your federal and state. You're going to get electronic filing, and you're going to get whatever. Just think about another one thing that you can put in there. And you're going to get an email copy, a digital copy of your tax return. Okay, that's my basic. Now, if you want the standard or the gold or whatever, what you're going to get is that's going to include audit protection assistance. If you ever get an IRS notice or anything from the IRS, I'm going to help you with that at no additional charge. In addition to that, if you start a new job, I'm going to help you with filling out that W-4 to make sure that everything looks right. In addition to that, if you have any questions throughout the year, I'm available to help you under this service. Maybe the service is $250 more, $300 more. This is your standard package. This is for the people who really value your expertise. And then you go up to premium. All right. Premium is for my people who are ready to grow. You want to make it a big deal. So you get everything in the basic and the standard, plus you get free tax planning services at the end of the year. I'm going to add this into you. A lot of people might not even use it, but guess what? They'll pay for the premium because they just want to be the best. People want to have the best and they want to be the best, and they're going to gravitate to that premium because they're like, man, I might need this, especially if you're doing it during a time like tax refund time when they're getting a lot of money back. It might not be anything for them to pay a little bit more for that premium package versus the basic when they are expecting lots of money, if that's the case, right? So use these packages in your business to make more money. Again, the reason why I recommend that you have additional streams of income in your business is because I really think that you have to focus on one thing in order to grow, right? Focus on it. So you can focus on your tax business as a source of income and have additional streams of income branching off that source to make more money. Then you can do things like hire tax professionals under you and build your team. You can outsource and have a social media manager. You can grow your business without having to, have a 9 to 5 or do all these other things just to make more money throughout the year. Okay. Lastly, I want to talk about establishing reciprocal relationships. Okay. As a tax professional, our services go hand in hand with other financial services. And you don't necessarily have to learn these things. You can just have a relationship with somebody who does them. And maybe you have get a referral bonus or get some type of incentive for referring them. Say, for example, bookkeeping, right? One of my friends is a bookkeeper. Whenever I have a tax client who wants bookkeeping services, I'm not interested in doing bookkeeping, but I will refer her to them and she will refer her tax clients to me. And we give each other a little something, whenever we provide that referral. Also, life insurance, okay? Credit repair services, financial planners, anything dealing with finances, anything dealing with money, you can begin to offer those services to your clients and then have somebody in mind that you can refer them to and have a relationship with them. If it's not money, then they need to know, like, I'm your tax professional. So if you have a client who needs tax services, you refer them to me and vice versa. Establishing reciprocal relationships is a great way to get referrals, okay? In my Toastmasters group, okay, I'm a part of Toastmasters. 50% of my club uses me for tax services because they know me, they like me, and they trust me. Anybody who has a business, I'm referring my people to those people that I know, and they refer their people to me, okay? So this is a great way to get additional income into your business. So with that being said, that is going to end my presentation for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, my name is LaShawn Adesimilolu. I am a tax accountant and business coach for tax professionals, and I help tax pros to build and scale profitable businesses. So at this time, I'm going to stop the recording and I'm going to ask my people who are joining me live if you want to come on and if you have any questions or if you want to introduce yourself and say anything, now would be the time that you can do that. So thank you for joining me. I will be back soon. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Peace and blessings.